Hey guys, welcome back to another video of creating a React Native mobile app. So in the previous video we created our save to do item, this action here. Now in this one we're going to go ahead and create our delete to do item. We don't need to do any error handling here. We can, technically you can, for deleting certain stuff. In our case, the minute they hit delete, that's it, it's deleted. We can add a few little things to, be like, are you sure you want to delete this, that kind of stuff. For this purpose we're not going to. However, I would highly recommend you guys try to implement that feature. So let's go ahead and do let to do items. Well, all of this is pretty much the same as this here, so we can just copy that and let's go ahead and save that just like that. Also paste that there. So we're just retrieving our to do items, and here this is still needed just in case it's empty. And if it is empty, then they don't have any to dos, so they're just going to return an empty array. And then const new to do items, or we don't actually need to call this new to do, we'll just call it filtered to do items is equal to do items dot filter, and here we're gonna go ahead and bring out our, so we're going to use something called destructuring, which we've been using in the past. So we're going to pull out ID from there, and we're going to go ahead and say ID not equal to do.id. So what are we doing here? What we're doing is we're looping through every item in the to do items and we're filtering. So we're saying here, we're pulling the ID outside of there, of that object that's returned, and the object will be something that looks like this, where it has ID like that, title like that, and user like that. So what we're saying is pull ID out of this object, and here do our logic. So if the ID is not equal to do ID, put it inside of filtered to do items. If it is equal to do ID, then do nothing, skip it. And what that's going to do ultimately is it's going to delete that specific item from the list. And then what we can do is await sync storage dot set item to do items, and then JSON dot stringify our filtered to do items just like that. And we'll go ahead and do a dispatch, and we'll say type set to do, and our to do items will be filtered to do items dot filter again. So this time we're filtering it to return the current logged in users to dos. So filter to do, and we'll say, we can do the same thing here as well. We don't need to do that whole, we can do destructuring. So like user like that, and we can say, the one thing with this though is if we do it like that, it'll get confused between which user to use. So let's just pull it out as filter to do, and then we'll do filter to do dot user dot to lowercase equal to user dot to lowercase, like that. Cool. So that is our delete to do item. Now there is one caveat, is when we're deleting items here, technically one of these items could potentially have the same ID as another user, right? So let's say I'm John and I'm logged in and I have a to do called get groceries, and the ID is 1. Now another person logged in, let's say Steve, he can also have get groceries and his ID can be 1. So both IDs will be one dash get groceries, which will make the IDs identical. So let's say when Steve deletes his ID or his to do, it will also delete John's. So that's one caveat. But we don't necessarily need to worry about that because the likelihood of that happening is very rare, and this is only testing purposes. This shouldn't exist in a production app anyways. So that is it from all of these actions, I believe. Let's double check them all. So that's everything in here. Now what we will do in the main application is we're going to connect it all up together. So here we're going to connect everything and get it working. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.